Listen, I know we have all been talking nonstop about Alex and Stephanie and this whole baby Kelsey situation. I mean, it has been dominating the timelines and the fan forums for weeks now. But let's get one thing straight right out of the gate. Write this down, memorize it, because this is the real scoop, not Alex. This is the man Joy is actually aiming for. Yes, you heard me. Everyone just assumed that Joy Wesley rolling into town with a baby was going to be all about destroying Alex Kiriakis and his marriage. And sure, they share a child, but the real romantic shakeup heading Joy's way. It involves THEO CARVER. I know. It sounds a bit wild at first, but stick with me here, because the breadcrumbs are all starting to connect, and honestly, it makes so much sense when you really look at it. Let's go back to the episode on Tuesday, May 19. If you missed it, you missed a really crucial, subtle moment that sets this whole thing up. Theo and Joy officially cross paths at the Brady Pub. The pub. It is always the pub, isn't it? That place is basically ground zero for every new romance, every secret meeting, and every dramatic confrontation in Salem. So they bump into each other, and they finally properly introduce themselves. But it wasn't just a quick, hi, nice to meet you kind of thing. Little baby Kelsey was there, and she drops her stuffed animal on the floor. And Theo, being the absolute sweetheart and gentleman that he is, bends down to pick it up and hand it back to them. It sounds so simple, right? A dropped toy. But you guys, the eye contact, the lingering look between them. Days of Our Lives loves to do these little chemistry tests. They throw two actors in a room, give them a tiny, seemingly innocent interaction, and just wait to see how the fans on social media react to it. And honestly, I think they completely passed the test. Theo looked so good standing next to Joy. And Joy? She didn't seem to mind him being in her personal space one bit. It was friendly, sure. They were just being polite to each other. But the vibe was absolutely there. They are really good scene partners. It flowed so naturally, not clunky or forced like some of the stuff we've had to sit through lately. It felt like a real interaction between two normal people, which is rare for this show. So, it is incredibly easy to imagine the writers taking this friendly little interaction and letting it grow. Could they actually become a romantic couple? Could they be friends with benefits? I really think so. But to understand how we get there, we have to look at the absolute mess that is their current love lives. Because neither of them is in a good place right now. Let's start with Theo. This guy has been through the ringer over the years. And right now, the spoilers say he is really missing Gabi Hernandez. Wait, let's pause. Gabi? I know, it's a lot to process. After Philip Kiriakis and Gabi split up, Theo is apparently holding out hope that he might get his own chance with her. What is he thinking? Seriously, what on earth is he thinking? Gabi is a walking hurricane on her best days. And right now, she is completely spiraling out of control. She is so obsessed with her daughter Arianna's love life that she is literally trying to bribe Liam Salechko with a massive cash payoff to dump Arianna. We saw this in the May 20th updates. Philip Kiriakis even warned Gabi that pushing so hard is only going to make Arianna more attracted to the bad boy. But does Gabi listen? No, never. She is stubborn. She is calculating. And she is entirely consumed by this toxic mission to control her daughter's life. So where on earth does Theo think he fits into this picture? He doesn't. He just doesn't. He is setting himself up for a massive fall. Gabi does not have the time, the patience, or the emotional capacity to deal with Theo's feelings right now. She's probably going to need a ton of time to recover from the Philip breakup anyway. Or she's just going to flat out tell Theo that she doesn't feel the same way about him, which is going to sting. Theo is going to be left standing there, rejected and lonely. And we all know what happens when a young, attractive person in Salem gets their heart broken. They look for comfort. They look for a distraction. They look for the nearest available bed. And whose bed might that be? Joy's. But why Joy? Well, let's look at what Joy is dealing with on her end of town. She is in a really painful, frustrating situation. She is tied to Alex because of Kelsey, and the more time she spends around him, the more she is probably wishing that they could just be a real, complete family. Her, Alex, and the baby. It's totally natural to want that. But Alex is completely devoted to Stephanie. He is trying so hard to save his marriage, even though the marriage is basically on life support. Even though Stephanie is literally making brutal confessions to him and pushing him away because she's traumatized from her kidnapping and doesn't want kids. It's a total disaster. Alex is blind to it. He's getting warnings from Steve Johnson to protect Stephanie's heart, and Steve is fiercely protective of his daughter. So Alex is walking on eggshells, trying to be a good dad, while desperately clinging to a wife who is pulling away. And Joy is just stuck on the outside looking in. She is the baby mama, but she's not the wife. She is watching the man she wants bend over backwards for a woman who is actively pushing him away. It has to be infuriating. She's going to face so much disappointment as Alex continues to choose Stephanie over a life with her. So put these two together. You have Theo hurting over Gabi's inevitable rejection and dealing with his own family chaos. You have Joy hurting over Alex's emotional unavailability and feeling like a third wheel in her own child's life. It is the perfect storm for a messy, emotional hookup. If Joy hits a wall with Alex, which she absolutely will, she is going to need someone to talk to. She is going to need support. And Theo is right there. He's safe. He's sweet. He's not wrapped up in the Kiriakis mansion drama. He is exactly what she needs. I can totally see them sharing a few drinks, venting about their miserable love lives, and then boom, they end up in bed together. Maybe it starts as just a one-night stand, a casual, no-strings-attached arrangement to help them both blow off steam. Just a temporary thing. But honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if it turns into something real. They both need someone who will actually prioritize them. They both deserve to be someone's first choice, not a backup plan or a secret. And let's not forget the massive family drama Theo is dealing with right now. His mother, Lexie Carver, is back from the dead. Talk about a shock to the system. On Thursday, May 21st, Theo is sharing these incredibly heavy, emotional scenes with Lexie and Paulina. His dad, Abe, is caught in the middle of this epic love triangle. The whole Carver family is turned upside down. When your family life is that chaotic, you don't want a complicated romance. You want easy. You want simple. Joy is simple for him right now. She is a breath of fresh air away from the resurrections and the hospital drama. Maybe I'm being too harsh on Gabi and Alex. Okay, that sounded dramatic, but you get what I mean. They are just doing what they think is best, in their own messy ways. Alex wants to be a good guy. Gabi wants to be a protective mom. But their actions are pushing Theo and Joy right into each other's arms. It's a classic soap opera domino effect. One relationship falls apart, and it creates a brand new one across town. I really hope the writers don't just drop this chemistry test. You know how they are. Sometimes they give us a great scene and then completely forget about it for months. What were they thinking when they did that with past couples? Who actually believes that is a good way to write a soap? But the spoilers are loud and clear here. Both Joy and Theo are heading for major romantic shakeups. This isn't just a passing glance at the pub. This is the foundation of a brand new storyline that is going to carry us through the summer. So we have to keep watching. The end of May sweeps is always completely unhinged. While Chanel is dealing with her heartbreaking biopsy results, and Kristen is trying to hire Xander to murder Johnny, and Amy Choi is terrorizing Holly over Sophia's death, we have this quiet, unexpected spark happening over at the pub. It's the calm amidst the storm, but it's going to get messy in its own way. I am honestly so here for it. Let Theo have some fun. Let Joy feel wanted. What do you guys think? Let me know, because my mind is spinning with all these possibilities.